Hey everyone, Rachel Acres here. If you don't know who I own my own business called Acres of Art, and with Creative Active Lives I used to run workshops face to face. And I'm really excited today to bring to you a jewellery making workshop where we're going to begin by making a lizard keyring, and if you have any bits and pieces left over afterwards, you could make a little bracelet, you could make a necklace or even another lizard, or you could just play around and make whatever you like. But today I'm going to show you how to make these super cute lizards. So here's one that I made where I planned out the colour and I did it all colour coordinated. And here's one where I basically just grabbed any colour I could, apart from the eyes, which I made a darker colour here, and the feet I decided to do in my favourite colours, which are purple and turquoise, but you don't have to do that. The only thing I do recommend though is that for the eyes you do stick with a darker colour, or just a colour that you're not going to use for the rest of it, so that it's obvious that it's eyes, because if you don't do that it's all just going to blend in and it's not going to look like it has eyes. But these are our super cute little lizard keyrings, and I'm going to show you how to make them. So what I'm going to do is show you the bits and pieces we need to start off with, and then I'm actually just going to angle the camera down so that you can just see my hands and what I'm working on, but you'll still be able to hear me. So to start off with, we've got our little pot of beads. My favourite colours, as I've just said, are purple and turquoise, so those are the ones I'm going to use for my my lizard today, but you can use any colours you like. And we start off with a length of cord, which you should have. It doesn't matter if it's white or black, whichever colour you have, it's all going to work. What we want to do, it's about 130 centimetres, which is probably too long for what we're making, but it's much better to have a too long piece than to have it too short and then you can't finish it off, because you need the extra at the end so that you can tie it off and then cut off the extra bit that you don't need. So I am going to show you first how to set us up with the start of our key ring. So we've got our key fob here and we've got our length of cord, and what I've done is I've just made it totally in half like that. We're going to poke the loop through the hole, we're going to put our fingers through, and we're just going to take all of this and we're going to feed it through to create a loop. If you can see that like that. So it's nice and secure, and we've got our even pieces to start our key ring. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to angle this down a little bit so that you can see what we're doing. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our first bead. I'm going to choose a purple one, and what we need to do is feed one end through one side of the bead, we take the other one and we feed it through the other side like that. So it always has to go one way and one the other, and then we pull it nice and tight right the way to the top. And you can see that there, that's our first little bead added. Next I'm going to choose turquoise because I love turquoise. So I'm going to get my two beads. This time we want the two beads together, and we're going to do exactly the same process that we did before, and we are going to put one length of the cord through both beads this time, like so, and then we take the other side and we pop that through there, opposite way through both beads, and then we can take both ends. You can see how it is like that, and we pull until we get to the top again. So what we're creating now is the lizard's little head. So that's our first little bit. Now what we need to do is need to create the eyes, and if you remember what I said, we need to pick some colours that are going to be different from all the other colours we're going to use, so that it's obvious that they're eyes. Now I normally choose these dark black beads, but I think today I'm not going to use pink in the rest of my colours. Oh, see, this is where I start changing my mind. I might use white. Shall I give her, instead of black eyes, let's give this lizard some little white eyes. So what we're going to do is pick our eyes, but there is one bead in between our eyes. So we've got our three eyes, we've got our three beads there, not three, it doesn't have three eyes, does it? Has three beads with the eyes either side. And again, we're going to do exactly the same as we did before. And we're going to feed our cord through one way and then the other side through the other way, right the way through all three, and then pull, 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 just like we did before. And there we go, we've got the start of our keyring. I just keep pulling it nice and tight because you don't want any saggy bits where the cord isn't pulled tight enough. You just want to make sure you're making this kind of pyramid effect. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take 3 beads. So I'm going to pick my purple and turquoise. You can pick any colours you like. And I'm going to feed these on as well. So we've got 3 going on one way. I'm changing my mind about the colours at the moment, so just bear with me. I'm going to do 3 purple. Right, so we're going to go that way and then feed it through the other way. And exactly the same, just pull so it's nice and tight. Now comes the interesting bit. We are going to make the legs. So we're going to make the front legs now. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick 2 beads for either side. So I'm going to choose the turquoise beads, I think, for this one. But you can choose again whatever you like. And what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 beads on one side. And 2 beads on the other side. So this is different. So this one is going to be different so that we can make our little legs that stick out at the side. So we start off with those 2 beads on either side, and then we need to add 3 beads. So we need to decide what kind of feet we're going to do for this little lizard. And I think I'm going to give him pink feet. Could be a her, couldn't it? Who knows? So I'm going to give him nice bright pink feet. So what you want to do is you want to feed all 3 beads onto this one side. As you can see, I'm just adding them to where these 2 beads are. But then we do something a little bit different. So I've added those ones on, and then I take this one cord and I push it back through just those 2 beads that you added before. So you're leaving those 3 beads free. Can you see that? I'll hold it up in a minute so that you can see, but that's how it's going to look. And then you're just going to pull it tight. So you just keep pulling until it meets the other one. And to make the little feet, you just need to angle them a little bit so that they're kind of in a triangle. So that's all we're doing, is just pulling it and angling it so that they make a little triangle like that. And then you just pull it nice and tight. And there you go. Can you see? We've made our little foot. Oh, it's so cute. I love these lizards. They're great. Right. And now we do the same on the other side. So we've already got those 2 beads on there, and I'm going to pick my beads again, and I'm going to pop those on to the opposite side this time, like so. And then we feed the cord just through those 2 beads that we put on previously, so not through the 3 at the end. Okay, and then we pull it, pull it, pull it. And there we have, with a little bit of wiggling and adjustment so that the feet are in a triangle shape. You need to pull each side tight. We've got the top half of our lizard. looking super cute there. Right, now this is where we go back to adding them on, and we need to feed them through both sides again. This time we have a row of 4, so I'm going to give my little lizard a purple body and turquoise legs. That's how I've decided to do it, but as I said to you before, you can do any colour you like. So here we go, we're going to feed 4 beads through. Just like that, and then take the opposite, feed those through the opposite way. Pull, pull, pull. Make it nice and tight, just like that. And then we have to do 3 rows of 4, so you just repeat the process. So I'm going to pick out my beads, and I'm going to add them on. Oh, they're fiddly. I don't want to come out today. Right, here we go. So I need 8 purple beads to make another 2 rows. So let's grab those there. And then we've got our next row of 4. We're just going to feed on, same as before. Hit the other side. Feed it through. Could be a little bit fiddly sometimes, but you will get there. Persevere. There we go, found the end. Right, and pull it tight again. So you see it start to develop, but you need to pull that tight so that they all kind of don't have any saggy ends. I'm going to do 1 more row here of 4 beads. Add that on, and here we go. There we go. So we now have our lizard's body. He's looking really good there. He's looking snazzy with his little pink feet, isn't he? So then we need to do a row of 3. So exactly the same process again. We'll do a row of 3, and then we need to make the legs, and that is the same process as the top 2, but I will show you that too. So feed on our row of 3. Just like that. And then I'm going to give him his little turquoise legs with pink feet again. So we get everything out that we need. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's the wrong colour. There we go. So if you remember from before, what we did was we added 2 beads onto the one side and 2 beads onto the other side, and then we started the process of making the feet. So we add our 3 beads on again that we've chosen for the feet. Like so. And remember, we're not feeding it all the way back through these, we're leaving those and we're feeding it back through those 2 that we put on earlier. And then we pull it tight. Oh, that's coming loose. Just pull the other side if it comes loose a little bit. Look, there we go. I'm going to pull that tight in a minute, but I'm just showing you that he has little feet. adorable little thing. Right, and we do the same process on the other side. So 3 beads like so, and then feeding it back just through those 2 beads that we put on before, and then we want to pull that nice and tight as well. All needs to be pulled tight. Sometimes, look, it's perfect. I didn't have to mess around with that. It's just turned into little legs. He's so cute. So now all we need to do is we need to finish it off by creating the tail. So just to finish off the little bit of the body, we'll grab our beads. I'm going to give him, he needs 2 beads this time, so 2 beads will finish off his bottom, and then we just add a few beads to make a tail. So there we go. I like to pull it nice and tightly again, just to make sure it's not all going to come loose and be saggy. He's got his 2 beads at the bottom now, and we're nearly finished. So all we have to do now is add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beads down the tail to finish it off. But to be honest, you've got plenty of space here, and you could actually add as many beads as you like. If you fancy giving him a really super long tail, you could go until however long you want, really. I'm just going to finish him off with a cute little tail. I was going to use white, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to use the pink that I used for his feet. So we've got 6 beads ready, and what we're going to do now is we're just going to start as we did right at the top. We're just adding 1 bead at a time. So we do 1 through that way and 1 through that way. Pull, 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 pull. Like that. And then next one, just 1 bead all the way down. Bum, bum, bum. 1, 2. Feeding, making sure you go the opposite way through each time, pulling tight, and we're going to very soon have a finished little lizard. Pull that up. Number 4. See how we've got quite a bit extra, but it does make it a lot easier to make if you make sure there's a bit extra on the end. But it also means that you could give your lizard a super long tail if you choose to. So last bead now, we're nearly there. So we add this one on. Just like that. And then what we need to do is just tie it off really tightly. So I'm going to pull it really tight. If you want to check that you've made sure it's all nice and tight before you tie it, then that's great. Tie it really tightly in a double knot, because you want to make sure, you don't want to cut this thread and then realise that it's loose and it all comes undone. So I've tied that really, really tight, and stupidly I left my scissors behind the camera, so I'm just going to stand up. I've got my pair of scissors, and I'm just going to snip off the ends, so you can go as close as you like, just to tidy it up. Now you've got your cute little lizard. I love him. So I'm just going to say hello to you again, show you my face. Hi. So there we go. We have our little lizard key rings. So you can see you can make them however you like. They are super cute. It could be a lovely gift for someone. You can make one for yourself. You can make a second one for somebody else. But if you want to, I think you have in your pack, I think you have some resources to possibly make a bracelet. So I'm just going to show you one that I've already made. It's really simple. I had lots of little alphabet beads, so I actually put my name on this one, but I don't know if you have alphabet beads. If you don't, look, you can just randomly put beads on, and you're using a stretchy elastic, because if you use the cord you won't be able to stretch it and slide it over your wrist. So one thing I will advise you on is, if you're making this, you feed it all on a long piece, and then when you tie it, you need to tie it quite tightly. I've pulled this really, really tightly and tied it in a double knot, because sometimes this elastic can slip. So what you want to do is just make sure, maybe get a grown-up to help you, just tie it really tightly before you snip off the ends. And that's super simple to make. If you want to make a necklace, I wouldn't make it too tight. It will be on elastic, but you don't want to strangle yourself. So you might want to make it nice and long and loopy. But that's it. We're done for today. We have made our lizard keyring. If you want to make another one, just re-watch this and follow the steps again and you'll have two. Or you can just have a little play with your beads and make something exciting. And I look forward to seeing your creations. I can't wait for you to show me. And I'll speak to you again next time.